Today, I want to talk about my favorite topic. What is real love? I think this is a great mystery for people. And so I wrote about this in the first chapter of my book, The Power in You. And I thought I'd review it and give you a slightly different perspective. So we'll start off with love is often misconstrued as a mere emotion, but there's so much more. It is a state of being, it's a choice, and it's the ultimate goal of the spiritual journey. Yeah, we think love is a feeling. That's our humanness coming forth. We think it's that state of infatuation when we fall in love with a person, or maybe with a baby, with a child. When we fall in love with an ice cream cone. My granddaughter, Claire. Oh, I love that ice cream cone. Oh, I love shrimp. Oh, I love going to the park. That means I like it. It's not love. But declare it is, because that's all she knows. But we're doing our best to bring the idea that it's something more than that. And it's a choice. It's a choice of focus. And it's a choice that is the ultimate goal of our journey. And it's one that we make every moment of every day. That's the choice. So let's look at understanding what love is. I believe that love is an expression of our true nature. That's right, our true nature. What are we? We're individualizations of the infinite. We're points of consciousness of the infinite that have a body and have a mind. And yet, while we appear to be separate, we're connected. And that love is the awareness and acceptance of that wholeness. You see, love is an unconditional acceptance and genuine appreciation of ourselves and others. You cannot love yourself without loving others, because what we understand is love and judgment are the opposite. They do not and cannot coexist. So the ability to accept yourself is the ability to be in non-judgment of yourself. The ability to love others is your ability to accept them as they are without judgment. And to love life is to accept life as it is and be blessed with the opportunity to experience all of the contrast that exists within it. You see, it's unconditional acceptance. As soon as the word unconditional comes into play, judgment falls away. When judgment falls away, we have found real love. When we understand love in its truest form, we recognize it as an infinite force that connects all things. Just imagine, if you would, that you were accepting of yourself, and you were accepting others, and you were accepting life, and everyone else was doing the same. It would create a unity. It would create a sense of oneness, a sense of peace, of joy, of abundance that we cannot even imagine in our human mind, but it's worth the attempt. Because here's what I do know. The only way that I can help create that form of love is me loving myself, and then taking that love and loving others, realizing I don't have the power to change anyone. All I have is the power to express and be the light for anyone else who desires to experience it. You see, we have misconceptions of love too. These are the things that keep us from love. We're brought up with a skewed perception of love we equate it with a dependency, possession, and fleeting emotions. I love you if you do this. You make me whole. You are my partner. Do you see that? Do you see how we've humanized it? Jean is my wife. I've just skewed my perception of love, didn't I? What I could have said is Jean and I are married, and we're sharing a journey of transformation and love with each other. We grow each other, We support each other, we share with each other, and we have fun with each other. Notice how when I say that, it's not possessive. The other thing about love is I'm not dependent on Gene, and Gene's not dependent on me. But we've built a relationship where we co-partner with each other in living the life on this planet, raising our sons, working with our granddaughter, actually building a ministry. Jean is my partner in ministry. She's a practitioner at Agape. She's with me every Sunday, supporting me in ways that are beyond what most people. I believe a partner is one who unconditionally loves you and supports you while you unconditionally love and support them. You see, these feelings of being possessive, dependent, and emotions that fleet in and out depending on our mood, these are the emotions that lead to pain and disappointment. Hear all the songs out there. Love hurts. Hide your heart. Why? Because you have the wrong definition of love. You're expecting something to happen, and it's impossible that it happens. There's no way it can happen that way. That's the beauty and fallacy of life. So many people, I find my partner, I'll be perfect. No, you're going to be the same person you are now. You're just going to be more dependent because you built the relationship on dependency. You see, real love is about freedom and growth. It is not about control and fear. Have you ever been in a relationship where you feared what the other person would think? Have you feared what the reaction would be? If you feared that you were not enough? Were you ever in a relationship where you tried to control your partner to make you happy? If they would only do this, then I'll be better. I did that. I did that a lot. And I want you to know there's hope because you can come out the other side and you can start really experiencing real love with a partner. It's in you. You can do it. You see, it all begins with self-love, the power of self-love. Self-love is not selfish. It's a deep respect and care for oneself. It doesn't mean that you're self-centered and narcissistic at all, but you respect who you are. You're unique. You honor that uniqueness. You embrace that uniqueness. And you take care of yourself because you realize you're the only person that can take care of you. You're the only person who can control your thoughts, and your thoughts control your body, your mind, your actions, your feelings. They control your life experience. So respect yourself and care for yourself. You see, when we love ourselves, we build the foundation for healthy relationships with others. Like I said, everything begins and ends with self-love. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to have anything to give anyone else. And then what good are you in the respect of love? But if you're there and you've got nothing to give, what are you going to do? You're going to take and take and take because you haven't given enough to yourself. You haven't made the realization of your wholeness, your oneness, and your perfection. There are practical steps to cultivate self-love, including self-acceptance, self-care routines, positive affirmations, and self-talk, and forgiving oneself. In the idea, if you accept life as it is and you accept yourself, you'll never have to worry about forgiveness. You've already done it. You've accepted what is. But one of the key things that I understand for me in my journey on self-love is my own self-talk. How I speak to myself, out loud or quietly within my mind. I invite you to consider that you never, ever, ever say anything following the words I am that is negative about you. You know how you stub your toe? Oh, you idiot. Don't say that. I'm not worthy. Don't say that. I don't have enough. Don't say that. Any words that you speak about yourself, I am abundant. Every day in every way, I'm becoming more abundant. I am lovable. I am loving. I am joy-filled. I am brilliant. Every day I'm becoming more brilliant. You see, those are words you want to speak. Those are words that create a state of love. And why wouldn't you love yourself? Because if you don't, who will? That's a great question to ask. If you don't love yourself, who will? Because they can only love you, or you can only know that they love you to the degree that you love you. So let's look at true love in relationships. I believe that relationships are built on mutual respect, understanding, and support. It's respecting the other person's uniqueness and wholeness, respecting they have the wisdom in them to bring their life about, and they have the power. And it's taking time to understand their perspective, to really care about what they're thinking, why they're thinking that, and that comes from great communication. And then to support your partner on their journey, not to care about their end result, because you can't. Their end result is their end result, but you can be supportive of it. And that's the greatest gift a relationship has, to have someone there supporting you on the journey, encouraging you. Healthy relationships allow space for each person to grow, express, and be their unique and authentic selves. Keep in mind, this thing about freedom to be you, it's the biggest thing in the world. Our number one value at the core of all that we are is built into our DNA, and that's to be free. Think about when you're not feeling free. What are you feeling? It's not good. You want to be free to grow, express, and be your unique self in the way that you choose, not the way anyone else wants you to. Because what are we back to there? Control and judgment, not love, at least not true love or real love. When we're in true love, guess what? Conflict resolution is easier when love is the guiding principle. When couples focus on collaboration, empathy, and communication, conflict is just moving through something that's not understood. You don't understand what the partners are feeling. You don't understand the new situation. You don't understand what the partner's feeling. But if you communicate, collaborate, and are empathic, the relationship becomes so easy. This was something that I finally adopted about 15 to 20 years ago. And that is, relationships are easy. And for me, for the most part, they are. It's my intention. I've made it my intention, and I live it. But if you believe relationships are hard, you're going to attract relationships that are hard. No other way to say that. From a spiritual perspective, love is a spiritual practice. Yes, it is, because love connects us to the divine. When we're in love and we're not judging, we're acting as God, because God loves. The infinite loves. Spirit loves. And when we love, we're acting as if. And we understand that to connect to the divine, we must see the divine in ourselves. Every day, see that you're more than your body, you're more than your mind, your infinite spirit, your awareness. And that awareness is missing nothing. It is whole, perfect, and it is complete. Practices such as meditation, prayer, mindfulness, they assist us in staying connected to the divine within us. The purpose of meditation is to quiet the mind, to go into the allness or the nothingness, however you want to describe it. Guess what happens in the allness and the nothingness? There's no judgment. There's no analytical. Prayer, on the other hand, it not only gets us into oneness, but it sets a direction of where we want life. A lot of people want to pray for a car. I pray for a divine connection. I pray to experience a greater sense of love, a greater sense of freedom. I pray for wisdom, knowing wisdom flows through me as I move through this planet and all the beauty of life that's there. So what are the benefits of being in love? Well, the biggest one for me is we experience a profound personal transformation. When you come out of judgment, you can't help but transform. What are you transforming? From the limited into the infinite. When we become and live in love, we become compassionate, patient, and resilient. We're no longer antsy. We're no longer, oh, that person. We no longer get angry. We no longer do those things. Those emotions are there to guide us to come back to love, to be love. And the benefit of being in love, living in love, is our perspective of life changes from fear and scarcity to trust and abundance. When you're in love, you don't get jealous. Never get jealous of anything or anyone. Why? Because you know you don't need that. You already have everything you want, everything you could desire. It's within you. And you live from that place of being fulfilled. When we discover the real meaning of love and we live it, not only do we transform our lives, but we transform the world around us. Not the whole world, the world around us. Now that can ripple out. And that's the beauty of love. It's a rippling effect. So today is a great day to begin love. And when you do that, it will ripple out to everyone you touch. And then it'll ripple out to everyone they touch. And there'll be more love in the world. The key thing, and we teach this at Agape, remember, everything begins and ends with you. Today, be real love.